He is. You can't hear me?
Three
Oh,
straight,
what?
three straight comments saying that
Oh.
they can't hear. Oh, four straight.
Are we
Fine.
good now? Can
You
you hear
hear
us
it?
now? I just went on a whole soliloquy. Oh man.
All right.
I just I just went on a whole thing about like I said, Ryan talks sports. You couldn't hear me earlier, but
That's so funny.
always provided by Sleeper Picks and Pickett Sports. And I just went on a whole soliloquy where I took Shane McClanahan 5 strikeouts in a win, and I was talking to Ryan before the show. I was a little upset. I almost took it. It was plus 160 or plus 155. And then overall, that was just for the Rays. But for either team to score in the fifth inning, it was minus 105. And if you read my write up, Ryan, in goldboys.com, I did mention that Bellows' issue is later in the game, third time through the order, or like later in the game, fifth, sixth inning. I wanted to take that to be around the fifth inning, and I thought it was too weird to go out on a limb, so I trusted the Rays. So hopefully Shane gets like strikeouts and the Rays pull out the win. But it's like
Yeah.
it's so nice to see that they scored there, but it's also like and there's like that pain where you like a play and you don't take it, so you kind of hope it misses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Very understood. I've been there many, many times. In fact, I'm sitting here in pain because I have Bello over 4.5 strikeouts, and he had 3 strikeouts and 15 pitches, and we're now
Oh,
58
2-0
innings,
Rays.
and he
Dude,
had 0. Or
what
he's
was
had 0.
what was the odds for the Rays? I could have laddered the fifth inning. You know what? If everyone's listening, I appreciate you guys for being here. I'm
Yes,
actually
and thanks for the sub.
surprised. Yeah, I'm even surprised I'm here. But yeah, I really like that fifth inning angle. And if McClanahan doesn't get the 5 strikeouts, I'm gonna be a little upset that I didn't just pull on it. But it looks good. He's at 3 strikeouts. He's gonna go 2 or 3 more innings. Let's get 3 more strikeouts, maybe 2. Either way works. But yeah, this is a fun game. It's fun to have baseball early. I think there should be
Yeah.
more. There should be more baseball early. I think.
Is there a special event in Boston that made this game at 4
No,
o'clock?
it's a makeup game.
Oh, yes. Okay, that makes sense. Because
Yeah.
I love the thought of having a game on during our show. I think that's fucking awesome. So, yeah, I'm all for 4 p.m. Monday games. I'm not sure we'll
Oh,
see this
I just
become a
realized
trend.
am I like not centered as much? Okay, I'm pretty centered. We're good.
Oh,
I just want to make sure, man.
your centering is pristine, man.
Yeah,
Pristine.
no, I just want to make sure because I don't want to confuse anybody. Someone in the chat said 7 from Shane. I'm good with 7. I mean, let's just check out the side here. That'd be nice. He's the king of 0-2 contact right now.
Yeah, he is.
Ryan was watching the game and he was talking to me about the robbed home run in that Red Sox Rays game, and they had on like ESPNU. It was some college baseball game, and I had them change it to this game because I was like one of the few people at the bar, and it flipped to the channel, and that was the first thing I saw. And I was like, you know what, you could turn this off. You could turn this off. I don't want to watch that anymore. But yeah, I think the only day games we see in the MLB is usually Wednesdays, Fridays. I mean, Wednesday, Thursday's not Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday is the weekends, of course. But yeah, I wish they sprinkle them around a little bit more. This is a makeup game. It's nice to have it on. But
no doubt about it.
we get to sweat some bets, and we get to yell at each other live on stream, which is nice. But
there you go.
Yeah, there's only MLB today. If you're not aware, I don't really bet NHL, but there's no games on today either way. And NBA Finals, I mean, you're talking about you're going every 3 days for an NBA game. It's last night's game was fun, but yeah, it was there's not very many scheduling things there. It's very cut and dry every 3 days.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. I mean, I'm sure that's the way it's been. I just don't quite remember it, but I hate the 2-day break in between games. Although, it is the finals. Stretch it out as soon as the series is over, basketball's over. So, I definitely don't want that to happen quickly. So I guess we might as well just enjoy our 2-day breaks in between the games. But been a fun final so far. It almost felt like the whole series was over at one point in the second quarter. Just Miami came out and just punched them in the mouth. And gave them all they had, and then Denver just answered what looked like so easily. And then, man, credit to Miami, credit to Spoelstra, credit to Gabe Vincent, all their role players. Jimmy played okay at least down the stretch, and pulling out that win at Denver is absolutely massive, absolutely massive.
Oh, it's huge. And we talked about, if you're not aware, there is a GoldBoys live show at 1 p.m. almost every day, but Fridays, where me, Will Hill, Brad Thomas, and Josh J Boogie on Twitter, we always break down the NBA. And That's kind of what you just said. Is kind of what I just said. I think all three of my wonderful friends slash co-hosts on that show were kind of really big on Denver. I'm not necessarily big on the Heat, but I give the Heat more credit than most people do. Where sometimes sports go beyond. I mean, sports. Oh, someone Tony said was taking his piss.
That's what I thought.
No, I was pouring a drink.
Sure, man.
I'm on vacation, guys. I'm allowed to do this.
Whatever you
But
say.
I'm pretty sure that the Heat sometimes in sports things go beyond the matchups, the size, the game planning. Sometimes you just have whatever like they called it magic. Uh, if you watched like Space Jam with Michael Jordan, it was Michael's special stuff. Some teams
Plus,
just have it, and the Miami Heat are just they're finding ways to win. It's kind of really fun to watch.
yeah, this has been a run I'll remember for a very, very long time. And this team is something else. And Bam is playing terrific against Jokic. I mean, obviously he's not really holding Jokic back or anything offensively, but Bam's done his thing as well. I was massively concerned about him getting into foul trouble and Jokic almost playing him out of the series, but that hasn't been the case at all. I feel like I just feel like he's been really, really good. So big credit to him. Gabe has been awesome. Big game from Strus, and then weird stuff from Porter and Caldwell Pope. They've been no shows so far, so we'll see if they can turn that around.
Someone in the chat said last time Brian drank on the show, didn't Oaks crash it shirtless and drank whiskey the whole time? That is true. That was a long time ago. I am not drinking that heavily. I'm just on vacation. I'm having fun. We're not getting that deep into it, but yeah, if anyone was listening to my complaints earlier, I could have laddered Ryan. I could have laddered the Rays in the 5th inning. I mean, point five was a joke of a line at plus 160. I could have laddered them to like 8. They're going off right now. So let's hope Shane comes back in the bottom half and just plays comfortably with a lead. And let's hope that the Rays don't go up too much, because if they go up by 5, they won't let anyone pitch more than 4 innings if they have a lead. So it's pretty crazy there.
Yeah.
So you have four MLB plays.
4 plays.
You know how many I have? Technically 0. The one I have
0.
The one I have right now is going on, and I have one I'm going to talk about on air with you. I'm between 2 angles. You're going to hate both of them, but we'll talk about them. So let's go to you first.
Okay. Sounds good. So I have 2 plays around a very similar angle, which is basically just fade Adam Wainwright, which I'm sure many people are doing tonight. In fact, I know one prop has become very, very popular throughout the day for good reason. So I'll kind of just start all in all with Wainwright, and then I'll branch off into the 2 props that I ended up selecting. So this he's just an old man at this point. He he's on the wrong side of his prime for sure. And he's struggled very, very badly since he's come back. He's got a 6.15 ERA so far, and his expected ERA is 6.48. So it's not even like he's been unlucky. Like, he's just been really bad. He's only averaging 5.47 strikeouts per 9, so he's not missing bats, which is could get him in quite a bit of trouble against this Rangers offense. Now, going to that Rangers offense, the 2 guys. One, I've seen pretty much everybody jump on this guy throughout the day, which always gets a little spooky, but everything just makes too much sense. I don't want to turn my back on a play that I love just because I saw a lot of others jump on it, but I am going to go with Corey Seager over 1.5 total bases. Everything is right there. I mean, this guy is just white hot right now. He's hitting 339 over his last 15 days with 9 extra base hits. He's over in 59%, including 4 straight and 6 of 7. He's batting .421 at home, which is just absolutely absurd. He's hitting righties very hard with 352 average, 13 extra base hits, and 71 at bat. So there's so much to like about Corey Seager tonight in his extra bases. So I actually used my profit boost on this one this morning. Now I was limited. DraftKings. Yeah, sorry. 50. They had a 50% profit boost on DraftKings. I used it on Corey Seager total bases. My second play actually has become a little bit more juiced. I think it's minus 130, but I would still take it there. I think.
Or use your profit boost if you can do that.
Yeah. This honestly, in hindsight, this may have been the better move to use the profit boost on. But that's okay. Either one is perfectly fine in my opinion. Let me make sure that it's not too juiced at this point. It was minus 130 a moment ago. It's minus 135. So I would still take it there, but I'm going Josh Jung over 1.5 hits /runs/RBIs. I mean, what a fucking stud this kid is. I believe he's a rookie. sitting in the 87th percentile in average exit velocity, 89th percentile in hard hit percentage. All of his X stats, so like expected batting average, expected slugging, expected WOBA, is all 74th percentile or better. So I mean, this dude's just hitting the shit out of the ball. And if he does have one downside, it's that'll strike out every once in a while. But with Wainwright not missing many bats, it just doesn't seem like it's likely to come into play tonight. So over the last 15 days, this man has 14 runs, 11 RBI, and 21 hits. I mean, he's just racking up stats. His splits seem to favor home games and night games, which obviously we get both of those today. So let's go Corey Seager for total bases. Let's go Josh Jung for hits, RBIs, and runs. And if you wanted to pivot because of the juice to Josh Jung total bases, I am not opposed at all.
I like that. I actually think it's fun. I'm not going to touch the Rangers offense for the reason that you need them to go off, because yesterday they scored like 42 runs, and it was only because I didn't bet on them. So you're welcome there for anyone that was backing them.
Appreciate that.
You're going to see me live here watching this because you have 4 props. You can go once again, but this is make or break for anyone that's on Shane McClanahan. This is the Reyes, Wong, Ferraro. Yeah, this is the part of the lineup he's got to just like shut down. This 7, 8, 9 of Reyes, Wong, and Araro, whatever you call them. So I'm going to be watching this in the corner of my screen, hoping that Shane just strikes out the side. That'd be kind of cool.
These are the batters that you're playing him for. These are the targets. So let's see what he can do. So I do have 2 more, but you have 2 more things that you're considering as well. So I'll go ahead and pivot to you.
Oh, okay. You're going to make me sweat and pivot.
Because, you're damn right I am.
Yeah, so that's actually really unfortunate, as he has a full count here to Reyes. He's going to walk him. I already know that. If anyone's been watching, this has been really fun to watch McClanahan have so many 2-strike counts. And I know it's the Red Sox, but it's a watered-down Red Sox lineup. So, Tony Sam, you could put it on the board. This is what I'm looking at. I talked about it earlier. You told me not to ruin my vacation. But if anyone is in the chat and they like the Phillies as much as we do, how do you not try to find some way to fade Joey Wentz here?
Because they're the Phillies, I guess. I mean, it's truly the best answer I have for you. But so much makes sense. This feels like this should just be a NOLA masterclass. Phillies win with ease, but baseball is just not always that simple, unfortunately.
Yeah, so Wentz is coming in off his best outing of the year. He only had 1 run given up, but overall, it's over 7 on his ERA. He's not been good on the road. He's not good at home. The Phillies and strike 3. Thank you, Reyes.
There you go.
That's 4 for Shane. Sorry, a little distracted. But yeah, Joey Wentz has not been good. Honestly, I'm surprised that Joey Wentz did not blow up against the Rangers. If you saw his performance with the Rangers, he only allowed 1 run. But how often do you allow 1 run on 4 innings in 7 hits allowed? Like, I don't know. Like, it's one of those ones where he kind of danced around the whole time. His last 4 starts, it was 1 run, 7 hits, 5 runs, 6 runs, 3 runs. He is just not doing well. I mean, he's not doing well overall, and it's June for the Phillies, which means Kyle Schwarber is awake. The offense is hitting over 265 against lefties last 3 weeks. Overall,
that's good, because that was a huge weakness for us.
I mean, honestly, the Phillies lineup against lefties have always been strong besides the strikeouts, but it didn't start off that way. But we're starting to heat up. I say we as the Phillies. I'm indifferent here because as a Phillies fan, I find it so hard to bet on my team. So for me, just to consider this as a bet is really tough. But yeah, the over. So this is what I mean. I have 2 angles here. You can either bet over 2.5 first 5 innings for the Phillies. They only average about 2.6 runs per 5. But once I said, this is Joey Wentz. It's minus 130. Would you drink? He got Wong. All right, that's 5. Sorry, this is fun. Sure. I feel like this should be more live watching. So if Kojo is in here watching, Shane has 2 Ks. Hopefully he checks the side here, gets all 6 here because that'd be really nice. They have a 3-0 lead. I love Shane McClanahan. He's really fun to watch. I have it on my screen on the left here, so I'm sorry about that, guys, in advance. But what I was going to – oh, sorry. Someone said 2 more Ks. So, yeah, so get 7. I forgot about that. But, yeah, so there's 2 options, Ryan. I'm either debating doing a prop bet guy version where I do NOLA strikeouts tagged with the total runs, which would be really fun because I think NOLA by all – So if you take 6 strikeouts for Aaron Nola and you pair it with the Phillies score 4 runs, it's minus 115 or minus 120, depending on what book you go to. And like, isn't that kind of nice? Like, it's you don't have to trust the Phillies to win, because the Phillies love to lose 6-7 or whatever it is. But would you think that's a better angle to play it, or would you drink the juice minus 130 for 2.5 runs in the first 5?
Man, that's a tough one. Fuck, that's a hard part.
So I wanted to bring it to you because you're the other person here that I know you're really big into the Philadelphia Phillies. Sadly,
yeah, I too enjoy that pain.
Also, if you wanted to take less pressure off Nola, 5 strikeouts and the Phillies score over 4.5 runs for the game is plus 100. Which, weirdly enough, I trust the offense more than Nola at this point.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
And the offense has been terrible. But, man, Joey Wentz, do you really believe that he shut down the Rangers and he's that guy?
So, no, I watched that game. I needed the Rangers to score runs in that game, and they absolutely plastered every ball.
He danced out of it. He danced out of it.
No, and that's that's the beauty of being a pitcher sometimes is, getting yourself out of those situations and leaving runners stranded. So, credit to him. But, I mean, man, they were hitting. I think they had 4 balls hit almost 100 miles an hour or more in the first inning alone. So, I mean, they're teeing off on the guy. Again, big credit to him. He was able to wiggle out of that against the best offense. I don't know how he did it. But, hopefully this yesterday with the 11-run game that the Phillies had, this is our time.
Are they back?
If this isn't the time, then there might not be one. So, it's definitely time to wake up. They look like they might have. Lefty has been a little bit worse of a split for them. However, like you said, they're a little hotter lately versus lefties, and lefties don't get much worse than Joey Wentz. So I honestly think I would just go the first 5 angle. Less things to sweat. You got 5 innings. You need runs. Let's just run with that. Because Nola, against pretty much any other team, his prop is probably 5.5 for strikeouts. See?
Yeah, and it's juice to 6.5. Yeah. It is juice. So honestly, I might.
I think he's earned that.
Yeah, I might experiment more because the game's at 6:40. We're gonna finish the show like 20 minutes. I'm gonna finish it up a little bit, but I might just drink the juice, do like a half unit on the Phillies, not overly stress it, like something kind of, it's a small slate. You don't want to force anything, but there's definitely something there. But Nola at 5 feels safe, so I might try to maybe look into pairing it with 5 for Nola, because I do think, I mean, even you could probably get 5 against the Tigers. So Aaron Nola should have a masterclass, but who knows with this team? I think my only worry is the fact the Phillies scored 11 yesterday. I think whenever they score 11, they always just take it as like hey, we got 11, we can go easy for a little while, do nothing.
Yeah, like some teams go ahead and just start like a nice streak. Phillies will go ahead and score 1 run the following game. So it'll be interesting. I've thought about this game pretty much since I woke up, and how I wanted to play it. And honestly, I'm just walking away because I think at this point I've just overthought every single possibility too much. And when you do that, just walk the fuck away. It's not going to kill you to skip a game. There's 15 games nearly every day of the week. Just move on from some games if you can't get quite a feel for it. But if I did have to pick, those are good angles.
That's what's so funny is that it's not that I'm hesitant about playing it. It's that if this was any other team but the team I root for, I would probably already have it placed.
Yeah.
So the fact I'm even bringing up, like, how long have we been doing the show? Over a year. About a year. Over a year.
I mean, this very well might be the 52nd episode.
How many times have I brought up the Phillies on the show where I actually back them? Maybe twice in a year. It's not often.
Yeah.
It's not often, but I do think they get it done. So I might take the first 5, maybe just half a unit minus 130. That's probably when I lock in. I have to text Wheeze, my plug from back home there.
There you go. Don't.
Sorry.
Take it easy, bro.
I drive to the border. That's what it is. Yeah, dude, I'm being honest. No one watches the show. So I think I'm going to do that. Also, this sounds weird or not as bad. I think it's better to take it straight. And also, I can just like kind of half focus on the half innings. And then for the Nola half innings, I can just put my phone in my pocket and not worry about what the hell that dude's doing. Because he's been calling me more. He's been giving me ulcers, man. He's been tough to watch. But
now, very quick trivia. Now, this is going to be pretty damn obvious considering our conversation. But who is first in walk percentage over the last 14 days?
Is it Nola? Or
sorry, what team? What team?
Oh, batter. It's not is it the Phillies?
No,
It's not the Tigers.
it is the Tigers.
Is it?
13% walk percentage over the last
That's
14 days. So
crazy.
small sample size, but these guys are looking
Yeah.
at pitchers, man. They're giving pitchers a really hard time.
You know
Honestly,
what's
one of the
funny? I faded the Tigers earlier this week, and it was not the whole week sample size, but it was a little bit. Oh, Bello got there. Holy shit.
that was the
I turned the
worst
game
bet of
off.
my
I was
life.
trying to focus on the chat, but the chat gave it away. Yeah, sadly I'm late, but finally made it. Hope I didn't miss
Holy
the whole show.
shit, that was
Yeah.
awful. Whew.
So
Never
Bello
worked out,
got
boys.
so right now in the live. No, don't say sorry, Kojo. I don't know who you are, but I actually really appreciate it. But so now we have your play cashed in the early window. My play is looking
Cheering
good.
for you now.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing. I did so either way. I can win if the Rays win. I have 5 and a win for a whole unit, and I sprinkled like a quarter unit on the 6 and a win. So let's hope that McClanahan can get a 6 here in the 6th inning or go further. That'd be nice.
Very possible. He's at 5, right?
Yeah, he's at 5. So I already have my 5. So that's like the main play. So let's just hope they don't blow the lead. But what I was going to say was, yeah, I was fading the Tigers earlier this week. Their walk numbers were looking upwards, like they were trending upwards. I'll be honest, this week I didn't look as much into MLB on vacation, but that is crazy that they're up to 13% over that short period. But
Insane stuff. Yeah, I blew my mind. I like kind of giving stats a couple weeks to accumulate and just going back and looking at 14-day, 7-day, 30-day, whatever it be, and just kind of seeing random shit that sticks out that I haven't noticed or would have never guessed. And that was one of them. While we're on the topic, I asked this on Twitter, so some of you may have seen this, but who's number 1 in on base percentage over the last 14 days? What team?
Team, okay. So
on base percentage.
Should we give them like a little buffer? Should we give a little buffer to see if they can guess it? Like don't say it yet.
No, I was asking you, but hell, if the chat wants to get it, by all means.
Oh, I thought you were asking the chat. I am sorry. Well, like now we already gave them a buffer. My guess would probably be it's Texas or Miami. One of those two teams have been heating up. Is it neither?
It is one of them.
Is it Miami?
It is Miami, and it's not close.
Yeah,
Luis Arez being basically 100% or 1,000% on base percentage over the past 2 weeks does help. But yeah, they're like 381, which no team's within 15 points of them. So just a weird random ass stat. So
no, I like that. I think we should start doing more random stat trivia. But yeah, I did back the Perez and the Marlins against the A's on Saturday, and even I was finding it a little tough backing a -200 Marlins team against the A's, despite it being the A's, because I'm just trained to think the Marlins are the Marlins. But you look at the numbers; they are really coming around. So I do like the Marlins, offensive at least. Some of their defense, I mean, Cy Young winner Sandy, he gave it 5 runs to the A's, pretty quickly. That was wild to watch.
Sure did. Yeah, crazy stuff. Luis Arez is so good. That's a fact. I actually saw his numbers beside through X amount of games he's played through in his career, 400-ish or something like that. Like his numbers are like identical to Pete Rose and Tony Gwynn. In fact, they might even be like a sliver better. So, we really, I don't know if 10 years from now we'll be telling our kids about Luis Arez. I don't know if it's quite like that, but take a moment and embrace this. We're seeing some insane stuff from this guy right now. So, try to recognize some history while we're watching it, because this dude he's coming up hot on 400. Geraldo asked, what does he have to do to win MVP? MVP is going to be very, very tough, but if he bats 400, which it's so early, what are we, a third of the way through the season? He very likely won't pull that off. But if he did that, I think we have to seriously consider, and if they make the playoffs. But I don't really think it's much of a possibility. But I wouldn't mind seeing his name in there a little bit, because my gosh, what an asset! And I don't know, I'm in a trivia mood or just a question mood. Who do you think won that trade? The Twins or the Marlins? Would you rather have Pablo right now or Luis Arez?
I mean, I will say this. Asked me a month ago, it's different, but Pablo's getting hit around. I mean, he started the season so hot. He's being hit around. I think it's hard to argue for what you get out of the hitter there. Like that's That's crazy. I mean, you could just ask Nick Larson, who bets his under .5 strikeouts every single day. That's like absurd that you can do that and profit with a guy even paying the juice. But yeah,
Yeah,
pitchers. So it's a pitchers hard to find. Yeah,
very much so. Very much so.
they're very much hard to find. But man, Pablo Lopez, I actually like Lopez a lot. But
Big fan.
his stats recently, I mean, I get like his advanced stats aren't like too bad, but even the Guardians who can't seem to hit a fucking beach ball, they took him for 6 runs. They kind of made him look bad. I mean, he's given up at least 2 runs, and I think he's given at least 4 earned runs in the last 3 starts, or 3 of his last 4 starts.
3 of the last 4, yeah. He's
So
given up 5, 2, 4, and
yeah.
6.
So yeah, he started off the year. His first 2 starts or whatever was really good, and then, man, he started to balloon a little bit.
Yeah. Yayo just said that bellow play. What the fuck? I mean, honestly, I'm going to go see like a therapist after I get off stream after that play. Because I thought he was cooked. Because as soon as he let up an infield single on like his 88th pitch or something like that, or maybe his 85th pitch, and I got tagged in the chat a bunch of times saying Bello is done. So I thought he was out. I didn't even see him get that 4th K. And then I realized in between innings that he pitched and got it. And I was like, maybe, just maybe he comes back out. And then sure enough, he did. So I literally thought that it was an L. I thought I lost
the chat was helpful for once.
Holy shit. Yeah. Wow. Interesting. But I think I'm out of trivia. I do have 2 more plays if we want to go ahead and
Let's
move on
go
to that.
for it. You do that, I'm going to sweat this McClanahan last strikeout because they're up 3.
We timed this well then. Yeah. As Soul Light said, Alcantara, Nestor, and Corbin all been trash this year. That pitch clock, I was curious to see which pitchers it would mess with. And those definitely seem to be key candidates. Brian's favorite pitcher in the world right now is Dylan Cease, another guy that really seems to be affected by it.
Turner just went yard.
No shit. Wow. All right, so I'm gonna let Brian sweat for a second. I have two more plays. I will note that I did take the Brewers rookie at plus like 135 today for over 5.5 strikeouts. I kind of felt bad giving out a play with a 40-cent difference. But it's a solid look. I mean, this dude has 90 strikeouts in 54 innings in the minors this season. So I mean, strikeouts are a thing that is very familiar with him. And as I've always described the Brewers, I mean, they're 9 Helen Kellers up there swinging at lefties. So I guess I'll call that an unofficial play. I don't really do that very often, but on Mondays when I take something at 8 a.m., it's kind of hard for it to last up until 5. But I will go ahead and just kind of throw that out there. I did take Abbott over 5.5 strikeouts. I think it's a nice bet. There's always a little bit more inherited risk when backing a guy in his first start because that guy could be scared shitless for all we know. So a little bit extra risk, but I did play that. But that's not an official play. Moving on to an official play, I took the Cubs team total over 3.5 runs. It's minus 118 on FanDuel. There may be better odds than that now. I'll try to look around at some point next time Brian goes on a tangent. But the Cubs had a really bad week offensively last week, so it's kind of an interesting time to back them. But they really opened it up a bit yesterday, and they scored 7 runs. And I think they're in a nice spot to do it again. Firstly, they're really good versus lefties. Today they're facing Blake Snell. Versus lefties, they're 7th in average, 6th in on base percentage, 4th in slugging, and 4th in WRC plus. And overall, Blake Snell is one of my favorite people to fade because he just gets in his own way so much, and it's fun to watch, especially when you do in fact catch him on those shit nights. He does have back-to-back good starts, so I'll credit him there. However, you look at his opponents, it was Washington and Miami, and those starts lowered his ERA to 4.5, but he's sporting an expected ERA of 5.56 and an FIP of 5.07. And thank you, by the way, in the chat. He says minus 114 for Cubs right now on FanDuel. So Blake has been worse at home. He's got a 5.68 ERA in his home starts. The opposing team has gone over this total in 4 out of 5 when he's pitching at home. He has also faced the Cubs once this season, and they scored 6 in that game overall. So this just kind of feels like a disaster matchup for Blake Snell. Blake Snell is, he infamously struggles to find the strike zone, and he just so happens to be going against the team that sees the most pitches per plate appearance. So he's going to rack up a lot of pitches. I think he's going to put a lot of guys on base. And, at this point, basically just really backing that the Cubs offense can come through and bring those guys home. So over 3.5 versus Blake Snell at home, I thought was a really nice play. I thought this play was going to be 4.5. So I'll take it. It looks like we potentially have bad news on Shane.
I'm trying to. I don't have sound on, but man, he had Devers 0-2, and he just did not fit. No, he's still out there.
Oh, I just saw like 10 people say that.
Yeah, no, they had a mound visit, but that was his first mound visit. Yeah, he's. I was confused because I was like, I have to stream up, but yeah, they're just talking to him.
Oh, he should go the rest of this inning. Probably no.
Yeah, we have 2 batters because he's not going 7 now, but we hope he gets one more.
You should have these last 2 out. So if he K's one of the next 2, so you should be in good shape. But yeah, Cubs team total is my second to last play. I do have one more look.
Go for it while I sit here and cry.
Sounds good.
I will say,
yep.
I know people in the chat are more invested in the strikeouts. If I get the 3 and a win, I still profit 3/4 of a unit. I'm fine. So let's just get out of the inning, man. Don't allow any more runs here.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. This next one, I'm going to leave it up to you guys on the juice. So you can find this at 4.5 at like minus 130-ish, or you can 5 at close to even odds. And this is another team total. So I'm going Houston Astros over 4.5 runs or 5. So understand that, obviously to win your bet, if you take 5, they need 6. You do have the possibility to push. Whereas if you do take the juice and you take the 4.5, they score 5, you win. I'm sure everybody knows that, but never hurts to be a little bit more thorough. But how could we spend this beautiful Monday without fading Alek Manoah at this point? Once Brian and I's like favorite guy to back probably over the past 2 years is now just trash. There's no better way to say it. He has a 5.46 ERA, and it's crazy because his like expected stats are even worse. His expected ERA is at 6.44. So that's indicating that he's lucky to even have an ERA in the 5. So he's been even worse at home. Absolute disaster at home. 6.83 ERA at home. Opponent batting averages 306. That's fucking crazy. 306 opponent batting average. 34 hits, 7 homers, 23 walks, and not that many innings. So crazy stuff to see Alek Manoah fall off a cliff like this. On the Houston side, I would really love to see Altuve in this lineup. He unfortunately is not. I do think that's a pretty big loss to that lineup. However, Dubon's pretty solid. They still have the Bregman, Tucker, Alvarez trio in there. Pena's starting to heat up a little bit. He tends to be a little bit better versus righty. So I still think they have enough in this lineup to pull this off. Maybe Jose Abreu will do something. Anytime I've taken Houston team total, he has fucked me time and time again. So maybe this is the night that Jose Abreu helps me out. But over the last 14 days, they're 12th in average, 8th in on base percentage, 5th in slugging, 5th in WRC plus. So while they started off fairly slow, at least for Houston standards, they're really starting to heat up a lot. And I felt like this was a nice spot. I had to fade Manoah somehow, some way. I also like the over 2.5 in the first 5 innings if you wanted to go that route. You don't want to sweat for 3 hours and only want to sweat for an hour and a half. And then final point to that is Houston averages more runs on the road than they do at home. So how we doing?
It looks like I think he's gonna end a 5. It's all right for me.
Cooked, okay. Double play. Out.
Yeah, I'll take 92 pitches. He might come back, but I won't hold my breath there.
Yeah,
the only thing you have going for you is they do have a lot of games recently, but I don't know if he'll come back out, which is nice. I will always say this: if you follow me on Twitter, GoldBoys on here, whatever it is, if I do take a play performance double, if I get the lower K at decent odds or plus money, I will always go heavier on that. So 5 and a win with 6 righties was plus 105. So I put 1 unit on that and then 0.25 on the 6 and a win. So I'll come out ahead like plus 0.8 units. So let's just hope they add some more runs and get this going. Someone in the chat said I look like Ivan Drago is what they're saying with his haircut. If you didn't notice, I did. I buzzed my hair, dude. I cut my hair off.
Nice.
I just sometimes during the summer I will just do this thing where I cut my own hair sometimes and I just buzz it all off. It doesn't look too bad. I have a wedding in 2 weeks and then I have a wedding after that a week later. So in hopes of it would grow back by the weddings, I buzzed it off a few days ago and now we're just gonna wait and hopefully it's short for the beach, and then for the wedding, I don't look like this.
Like a Russian boxer.
Yeah, like a Russian boxer, man. I mean, honestly, I could probably pull that look off, but yeah. So if you are on Shane McClanahan, they have not pulled him yet. They had no bullpen action that I saw in the six. So
interesting. Maybe just maybe.
So we'll see. I kind of wish that I wish more people would offer different props. Like Caesars offered his over 17.5 outs with the win at plus 130. But I find it so hard to play something that only one book allows. Like Caesars is the only book that allows the outs combined with the win. So I did go strikeouts. He got 5. So we'll see. It's one of those ones where I have to count it. I didn't have it, but man, he looks a lot. He looks like he has a lot of whiffs. That's the most frustrating part. Is you mentioned Dylan Cease. Yesterday, Dylan Cease got 6 strikeouts. Did you see my tweet? 6 strikeouts. Did you see
I
my?
didn't see it.
Do you know how many whiffs he had? How many swinging strikes he had for 6
17.
strikeouts? 23.
Did he really?
Like if I told you Dylan Cease had 23 whiffs against the Tigers last season,
double-digit strikeouts.
Yeah, right.
So no question.
That was my exact tweet. Is I said since I'm not in a gambling state, I can't gamble. I'll do non-gambling content. And I said Dylan Cease has 23 whiffs today and 6 strikeouts. Wow. A year ago, I would think that's 11 strikeouts. Like I thought, it was surprising. It was surprising. Like he really got into a lot of 0-2 counts and then just wait. He has so many non-competitive pitches. And that's kind of what Shane McClanahan's doing right now. Is he's getting into good hitter counts, but the Red Sox are stingy though. I'll give them that. They are a stingy team. I just thought he'd have more success to get that 6th strikeout, but I've started to opt into less of the strikeout market and more into the props. Where if I do a play performance double, I almost take the lower strikeout and the spread rather than the money line because I think sometimes you see a guy at 6.5, they end at like 5, whatever it is, where that 0.5 can make the difference. So I'm just glad I got my 5 here for Shane.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt. Got anything?
No, I really I'm gonna be on the finish, which is I'm probably gonna write it up later when I get off the show. But even if I don't, I did have my colleague put in the phase 2.5 over first 5 for against Joey Wentz. I just think it's so hard to post bets either on Twitter, Discord, wherever it is. If you're a fan of a team, it's so hard to post it because then you're so vulnerable. But man, if this team doesn't hit against Joey Wentz, I'm probably not gonna be well tonight. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Well, at least you're on vacation. You could drink and beat away your frustration. So, it could be worse.
So, do you have anything else to add for this show, or?
I am all set. So the pick at popular plays, I'm looking through it. The number one most popular, I don't know how this worked, is Tyler Glasnow. I don't understand what the hell that means. But the next 3 were Rafael Devers, Wander Franco, and Shane McClanahan, which are
all happened. So damn.
So the next couple guys are Corey Seager, which I touched on. Then it's Yandy Diaz, who again is playing currently, and then the final guy is Aaron Nola, who you touched on pretty heavily. So. I think we're all set.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just it's funny. I have a stream. I don't have sound, but there's no final stat line posted for Shane, so I don't think he comes out. But if you're on the stream, there's always a chance. It's so tough. This team really hates letting pitchers extend over anything. So 92 pitches, he might be out, and I'm okay if he's out. But let's pray he comes back in. It would be nice. But don't hold your breath because, man, this Rays team really hates doing anything. But I haven't. So I'm having the stream up. I don't know if anyone's watching in the chat. I don't have sound on my stream, but they haven't mentioned. I haven't panned to the bullpen that I've seen. So I don't know. It's weird. Do you almost think they might give it to him because he gets Hernandez, Reyes, Wong?
Dude, I mean, it's easy to say that I would, but I sure as hell would. But Kevin Cash is not quite that type of guy. What do we got?
If you're on the chat, the Colts player that was gambling was Michael Pittman. I did not know that. Holy shit! I love Michael Pittman.
Yeah.
So he's suspended the whole year. I did not know that.
He's out. Yep, out all year. He's one of us. Crazy, crazy
Wow.
stuff.
Was that known? I was on the stream. I
I
didn't
saw that
even.
at like 4:45, right before we
Well,
started.
before the stream. I saw there was a person that was like floating around. Holy shit!
Yeah,
Oh
wild stuff.
man. Thank God. I just traded him away in my dynasty league.
Nice. Good timing.
Oh wow.
Oh, my bad, Taylor. My bad. My bad. Yeah.
Oh
Somebody just said
wow.
he's a gold member, a Gold Boys member for sure. I
Sorry,
like that.
I might be an idiot. I might be late to that news. I just saw there was suspicion, but wow, damn. All right. Sorry, I feel like I just ruined the flow of the show there. But I
I mean, this is big news.
if it
This
makes
is
you
not
feel
stopping
better,
your tracks news.
I'm just like a really big fan of Michael Pittman. I think he's a great player. I like him a lot. But damn, that sucks. Also,
Devastating for Richardson.
if you're also on the Rays like I am, my biggest pet peeve in all of sports, in any sport, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, bases, second and third. Oh, someone said it's a fake account that posted that. Are you sure it's Michael Pittman?
Ooh, interesting. Not
'Cause
necessarily. Well, I thought so, but I can't say for sure. It might be fake. I don't know.
Interesting.
We will find out soon.
All right, so I'm just so confused because like my friend I actually trust sent me that. But anyway, let's end the show. Let's end the show.
Sounds good. Happy Monday. We appreciate you tweeting. We appreciate you guys watching. As always, we are sponsored by Pickett and Sleeper, who we both appreciate very, very much. We will see you guys Monday. I believe this is somewhere along the lines of our 52nd show. So, we're creeping around our 1-year anniversary, which is absolutely insane. So to see, earlier somebody mentioned that the show where Oaks came on shirtless, like that was like 8-9 months ago. So really cool that people have watched that long. And, even if this is your first time watching, we definitely appreciate it. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next Monday.
I appreciate you guys. Sorry for that. It's funny. I was sent in my work chat. Like I have a work chat, and I didn't even click on it. That I just got like, I got ball sacked on a live TV, but it was a different troll account.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Thank God it's not Michael Pittman. Jesus.
There you go.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for coming in.
Yep.
Enjoy the night. Let's go Phillies.
There you go.